Oh, welcome back. So there is another amazing panel awaiting us, and the title of it is State Support for Professional HR. The first step in creating a partner relationship in business is getting to know the company's purpose and culture. Influential as they are, chambers of commerce constantly strive to understand their member companies and connect with various sectors, among which is the HR, in order to help them improve. So, what are the ways HR can benefit from the state, and how is this system is developing in the Balkan region? Mirjana Kovacevic, the head of the Center for Education, Dual Education and Educational Policy at the Chamber of Commerce and Industry of Serbia, and director of the Chamber's Business Academy, will reveal along with her panelists. Mirjana, welcome. How are you today?
Fine, thank you, Milica. Good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon. Very well. Thank you for asking. So, Mirjana, let's introduce the panelists and let's share all the amazing insights from the chambers in the region.
Milica, thank you. I appreciate your kind introduction. Thanks to the organizer for this great opportunity to moderate of this panel. Dear participants, I am honored and pleased to present to you colleagues from the Chambers of Commerce of the countries from the region. In the next 40 minutes, they will try to explain to you how useful chambers can be for the business sector by introducing to you different types of services and supports that you can get from these associations. All of these services can facilitate your daily activities and improve them. Our first panelist today is Mr. Mirsad Yashar Spahic, who is president of Chamber of Economy of the Federation of Bosnia and Herzegovina. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Prior to this function, he had led management position in several companies, and he is the recipient of the special award given as a part of the Manager of the Year Awards 2015 for his exceptional contribution and improvements to the Chamber of Economy of Federation of Bosnia and Herzegovina. Today, we have on board also Mrs. Dragana Kokot. She is coming from Chamber of Commerce of Republika Srpska. She is Director of Sector for Economic and Legal Affairs in Chamber of Commerce of Republika Srpska, which means that she is in charge of the preparation of initiatives related to regulations, project coordination, communication with the business community, organization of various business events, and promotion and improvement of business entities. Besides that, she is the president of the Council for Women's Entrepreneurship and the president of the Technical Committee for Social Responsibility at the Institute for Standardization of Bosnia and Herzegovina. So many duties. Hello, how are you?
Hello, how are you? Hi, nice to hear you, nice to see you. It's everything okay here, so special greetings for you and for my colleague Mirsad for now.
For you too. Marina Cvirn-Jurčec is also today with us. She is HR manager in Croatian Chamber of Commerce. She has extensive experience and examples of good practice in human resource management in several companies. And now she successfully performs this function in the Croatian Chamber of Commerce. Hello, Marina, how are you?
Hello, everybody. I hope you can hear me well.
Yes, we can hear you.
Here, so they told me that I don't have to have the headphone and then headset.
Everything is okay. Everything is okay. Super. And finally, my dear colleague from Montenegro, Chamber of Commerce from Montenegro, Mr. Mladen Perazic. He performs the duty of Director of Education and Quality Department since 2003, and he is lecturer, associated professor at University Mediterranean in Podgorica since 2012. He is continuously engaged in managing educational activities and coordination of education role in reforming process of national educational system of Montenegro. He is engaged also in designing of law and sub-law regulations, business education, international cooperation, human resource development. Hello, Mladen.
Good afternoon. Nice to see you again, Mirjana. Hello to everybody.
Nice to see you. Hello. So, for all those who don't know, Chambers of Commerce are associations of all economic entities if they have mandatory membership, or those economic entities that make up their membership. The main activity of Chamber of Commerce is to represent the interests of its members as well as to serve as a spokespeople and representatives of the business community. Availability of qualified and skilled labor force is, of course, issue of strategic importance for all business entities. And that is the reason why Chamber of Commerce are active in the field of education, initial education of labor first at the first, but also in continuous improvement of lifelong learning. Chambers of Commerce participate in development of educational policies, get public authorizations related to the implementation of these policies, and organize business education. Mr. Yashar Spahic, do you think that these links of chambers of commerce with the relevant state bodies can be useful for companies' labor force development? In which way you and your chamber represent interest of business sector in the field of human resource development and management?
As you know, first of all, I would like to share with all of you my great pleasure that I speak in this event. It's very important to exchange information and really best regards to all of you regarding to idea to organize this type of conference. Whatever that we have this situation with all of us have regarding to pandemic, we need to be in contact, we need to exchange information, and we need to promote positive activity which we have in region. As you remember, as you mentioned, the Chamber of Economy and Federation Bosnia and Herzegovina is independent, non-governmental and non-profit business association. In our case, this is the voluntary membership. And the Chamber of Commerce make all activities regarding to promote of ideas from our membership. Chamber of Commerce and Federation organized through different sectors and different centers. Sectors are organized through the different associations. We have more than 20 different sectors, different associations regarding to industries, you know, production of metal industry, chemical industry, textile, automotive, and so on and so on. And together with that, we have different centers like additional supporting of all these associations. One of very important center is Center of Education. Through this center, we organize continuously education accordingly to impact which we received, especially from real sector. In our contact of our secretaries, which work together with our association, we pick up in real time additional needment for some additional education which they have. And accordingly to that, we put the instruction to our Center of Education to organize together with our partner association like other chamber or like some institutes, faculty, and so on, to organize special education accordingly requirement of our membership. Exactly, I mean that is really the link from the Chamber of Commerce to relevant state bodies can be useful for companies' labor force development. It is really right. And we, for example, in this year, we start one very important regional project together with other chamber system in the region, 5 countries inside. This is the project strengthening capacities for the implementation of dual education in Bosnia and Herzegovina higher education. The overall aims of this project are improvement of the competencies of higher education graduates in cantons and entities of Bosnia and Herzegovina accordingly to the needs of employers. Increase motivation of students as well as to improve to employability of graduate students, enable students from lower income families to access higher education, and so on and so on. Through our activities, we recognize some challenges to improve situation that human resources is very important. Maybe in that case, human resources in wrong name. We mean that is the people management is right name for these activities, and accordingly to our activities, we have, for example, one of public authority from our federal government. This is authority for education, member of management and advisory boards of company where the government has share of ownership of government. The project which I mentioned, this capacity building for the implementation of dual education, it will start in January of this year. End of this project, I expect will be in March of next year. And so to this project, we try to promote and to make some strongest position this type of flexible education with needment from our company. Actually, the needment of companies is really a real needment what the company needs, and by this way we can support and to help any institution like faculty, institute, universities, and also companies which need future in future which needs the staffs. One also good project which we work we start also in start of this year. It is establishing of engineer chambers through the Chamber of Commerce. Few years ago, we was being the part of Balkan Engineering Forum in Sofia, together with other stakeholders regarding to engineering system, and we recognize that it's necessary to establish one additional institution in Federation Bosnia-Herzegovina. It is Chamber of Engineers, and our opinion is that it's the best way it's that we organize through the Chamber of Commerce. In this case, we have the best database of experts in engineering system, and in that case, what does the Chamber of Economy do? Chamber of Economy actually is Chamber of Commerce and Industry, you know, and by these tools we can connect all engineering stakeholders to improve knowledge, experience, and skills, so to make additional part of these engineering chambers. Every part of engineering chambers can make some initiative to organize some additional education, that they be in touch with all situation in world market regarding to engineering systems and so on. Also, by this way we can initiate high-level engineering events and also all others, not only engineering events. You know, if we speak generally. This is the reason why we mean that is, as accordingly to your question, that is the link of through the Chamber of Commerce. It's the relevance to make all additional initiative to decision makers in our countries.
That's great. You really do a lot of perfect things, I think, for companies, and also very useful for HR staff within companies. We will have opportunity later also to discuss some other issues, but now I would like to ask my colleague Dragana to present us how business education contributes to economic entities, and how much chambers of commerce cooperate with HR staff of companies in development of training programs for business entities.
Hi, hello to everybody. Well, I just want to say first, thank you for the invitation, and thank to organizer for the invitation to be a part of this interesting panel. It's always great pleasure to cooperate, to see and to hear what the colleagues from other chambers in the region are doing, and we are doing definitely the similar things, and we do cooperate, which is great. So we have a lot of things to exchange and to present, not only on this panel but in all other activities. The Chamber of Commerce and Industry of Republic of Srpska have a mandatory membership, and we have over 10,000 companies in our base. It is a huge number of companies, of course, that we are trying to communicate with, but we are managing that through 15 branch associations that we have in the chamber related to different industry sectors. Yes, we are trying to have a special base for related to HR professionals in the companies, but not only the HR professionals in the companies, then also other professions like lawyers and economists, because not a lot of companies have in this moment HR professionals as such, but they definitely, more developed companies are more focused on development of their own employees and labor force. Especially in last couple of years, since we are all facing, not only Bosnia and Herzegovina, but the other countries too, facing the fact that people are leaving these territories and moving to another countries. There is a big lack of skilled labor force in our country and also in region. So we worked a lot trying to fulfill that gap in skilled labor force, and then we definitely cooperate with companies in researching their interests and their needs. So we have especially registered institution for adult education. We have 11 publicly authorized programs for education and training of the staff for the companies. So it's a good program, and we are managed to educate, train interested persons, and then to employ them in interested companies. That is one of the good ways to work on development of labor force. Of course, we also have a Center for Dual Education and educational policies. And according to the law on vocational education in Republic of Srpska, we are the institution that trains mentors in companies. So people engaged in following and instructing the students, the pupils, on the practical education, practical classes in the companies. Where there is a HR person employed in the companies or recognized as such position, we cooperate very closely, because the HR professionals in the companies are mostly involved in the internal education for their staff, and of course the external education that we offer as a chamber. I just mentioned some formal education or trainings that we have, but there are also over 100 during the year non-formal educational trainings, workshops, conferences, seminars, of course, and now webinars in COVID year 2020. So I just have to mention one fact that we have to be aware of. It is related to the our information that we collect somehow in these previous years, that not many companies recognize that they need to have a person as HR person to follow and to lead the employees and to follow their development and offer different or suggest different improvement for the labor force. So there are great companies, but I think that there is a lot of space to improve HR professionals in our conditions here in our economy, but I believe that the situation is similar in every other country. I think it's enough for now. I don't want to take place for other colleagues, so I'm looking forward to hear what colleagues from the Chamber of Commerce of Montenegro and Croatia have to say on this issue. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you. Thank you very much for this comprehensive introduction of your chamber and activity. Now I would like to share with you that in conducting business education, the chambers of commerce have as imperative that the topics of education should always be trending in line with the needs of the business sector, and at the same time to be innovative and motivating. How to achieve this, how to offer training in a way that that will save companies money and at that time also, and be useful at the same time. I would like to ask my colleague Marina to share with us, to present us a service offered by Croatian Chamber of Commerce. We talked a few days ago about e-learning. Can you tell us more about it, Marina?
Yes. hello to everybody once more. Thank you for inviting me to participate. Last 2 years, we've been working really heavily on a digital platform that offers all our services and majority of public authorities online. So you don't have to come physically to any of our offices. You can use majority of the services online, except e-learning that I'm going to come back shortly. We've covered also financial area, legal and consultancy area in this field. We've also covered public authorities, like I mentioned, virtual fairs as well, and some other services that we provide normally on site. Now they're available online. Regarding the e-learning, even though we have pretty well attended education that we organize on site, not online, we wanted to increase the availability of those educations even more, because there are a lot of small and medium enterprises that make a majority of our members. Working on remote locations, working on the areas where it's not really convenient for them to come and join certain education. So we wanted to make it more available to a bigger number of our companies and members. And we also wanted to increase the number of participants and number of educations that we can cover in this sense. So that was the main reason why introducing e-learning. Another one is also to enhance the development of employees of the Croatian Chamber, because we have started with different types of soft skills, but also, let's call it the hard skills, skills that you need in each of the areas of the economy. So in this sense, we also can bring all of our employees more closer to each other and not needing to have extra costs in order to get them to listen to certain education. On the other side, how to make it more appealing and how to make it more available and less costly to our members. What we do, our membership is obligatory membership. So we try to have education in over 80% of the cases free for the members, so that the education that we can provide are included in the membership fee that our companies are paying. And we're trying to focus on the education that can be useful to them in the daily operations, because in majority of the cases, small and medium enterprises don't have too many employees that they can either send to the education or don't have enough time to invest for the education. So if we can give them something that they can go next day to the office and try out something, or adjust their business according to new legislation, or give them opportunity to test certain tool, this is something that is going to be useful for them, and they will be more participants on those type of educations. For example, in the last couple of days, we had GDPR education in association with our Public Data Protection Agency, and we had over 400 participants in those online educations, and we needed to book extra dates for it. It's obviously a hot topic. It's obviously something that our company needs, and it's something that we got as an input from companies and from different associations. So these are some of the ways that we can try to support them to educate themselves and be more agile in today's business.
Thank you, Marina. Thank you. Very nice. In the announcement of this panel, we also mentioned dual education is a model of hard-based learning. I would like to ask my colleague Mladen from the Chamber of Montenegro to briefly present to our listeners how chambers of commerce contribute to the improvement of vocational education, and on that way indirectly provide quality and qualified staff for companies, which is very important for HR management. Do chambers participate in the education reform process? Mladen, can you present us briefly? Hello again.
Hello, good afternoon to everybody. Thank you for a chance to participating in this interesting topic and to see experience of other chambers. When we are talking about reform process in Montenegro, when we started to do that in 2000, Chamber of Economy was participating as a social partner, and since that moment, in each working group and in each new constitute bodies of Ministry of Education, Chamber are participating and representing the business community of Montenegro. We have our representatives in higher Council for Higher Education, that they are dealing with the higher education. Then we have representatives in Council of Qualification, in National Council for Education, in Vocational Education Committee, Adults Education Committee, in 11 sectoral commission that they are approving new qualifications in Montenegro. Also, in the field of education, we are participating in almost in each working group that they are drafting of legislation in the field of education. We are participating in different working groups that they are reporting situation in vocational education in Montenegro, and member of the chamber is participating, and it's a member of the advisory committee for vocational education of European Commission that they are representing Montenegro. When we are talking also about field of the activities of the Chamber of Economy in reform of vocational education, I have to say that the Chamber of Economy of Montenegro was one of the founder of the VET Center of Montenegro. VET Center is the main institution that they are performing reform process of vocational education in Montenegro. And I have to say that that was, we founded that in 2003, and it was the first institution in Montenegro that was founded on the base of the social partnership. When the Center for Vocational Education create some new standards or curricula or the programs for the VET system, they are sending that on an opinion to the Chamber of Economy. We distribute that draft of the program or curricula to the business community, and giving feedback for improve document. In that sense, we are trying to have a representative of business community in each sphere of our reform process of education. And also I have to mention that we have also representatives in the managing board of the VET schools. That is shortly for now. In dual system of education, I just to add that in dual system of education, we started in 2003 as a pilot project, and it was an initiative by the Chamber of Economy together with the Koblenz Craft Chamber, and it was pilot project that was duration was a 3 year. Then we re-established that process in 2017. We remoderate our law, because in that first phase it was almost copied the German law, but it's not the same situation in Montenegro and in Germany. And then we noticed that, and in 2017 we changed the law, we made it much more flexible and started again dual system of education, and the chamber promoting participation of the companies in that process. We are also part of the coordination body that have to encourage that process on the national level, and also participating in commissions that they are visiting companies to see are they satisfy criteria to be part of this process, in sense, do they have premises, do they have enough equipment, do they have the mentors for the students. And I have say till now the dual system of education in Montenegro is functioning very well, and there is a big interest of the business community to be part of that process. Thank you.
Thank you, Mladen. We have limited time, so I hope we will have enough time for the second round of questions, because I would like really to ask you to tell us more about what chambers of commerce can do for their membership, because because yesterday I put a post on my LinkedIn page about this event, and I got a message from representative of one company. He asked me, is there really anything that you can do for us, or just ask for memberships fee? And I invited him to join us today in order to hear more about our services, because I have impression that public and the business community don't have enough information about our services. In that context, not to waste time, I would like to ask again, Mr. Jasha Spahic, you explained us briefly, you presented briefly cooperation with business community and state bodies, but please tell us, in your cooperation with business community, who gives more initiative for this cooperation, chambers or companies? Do any of these initiatives grow into an initiative to changing regulatory framework?
As I mentioned in my first answering, that we are in voluntary membership. It means that we must be more proactive in all activities that company recognize us as a good idea to be in our membership, because that we are really proactive together with our cantonal chambers, because in federal chamber system we have also 10 cantonal chamber, because that is especially for these topics, education is obligation of education is in level of cantons in Federation Bosnia and Herzegovina, because that we organize some more synergy with Federal Ministry of Education together with all our cantonal chambers to make in better position all our cantonal chambers. As I mentioned, we need to all time we try to be more proactive in the whole process. For example, of the digital transformation of the construction industry and all other industry. And with this initiative, company which need this information come to us. Sometimes we pick up information from real sector, what is necessary to make additional education, and sometimes we make initiative and to try to explore and to check if we have enough affinity for these topics if we have enough initiative. In that case, we go one step more and make additional researching and to prepare activities together with our membership. You know, in all this process, we use all human resources from our membership, because they for us they are key people, are especially in companies. We have one special mode for include some experts from company, different modes for experts engagement. If, for example, and we are, this is proactive in all our association, all experts from company, if they have enough time and expertise to actively contribute to some sectors for programs, if answer is yes, in that case, they can be active expert for us. And we use them for through the database of experts in these sectors. Can every other companies can recognize, for example, some new idea. Also, there exists possibility that they only can stay informed and increase awareness to the sector of products. If they recognize the sum of people and as active experts, in that case they can be included in more solution. If they are interested and available in longer and more intense commitments, or they are interested in more flexible commitments. In that, accordingly to that, we can collect them in project team or in working groups. And also, generally, if they cannot be active experts, they can be also in availability and interest have changed. In that case, they can be observers for all of that. This is the sum of solution as we work together with our membership, because this solution that is a voluntary membership, we must be proactive. And also we
have only 7 minutes to the end of this panel. Milica informed us, sorry for interrupting. If Milica says that we can get additional time, I'm willing to hear more, but please, can we also give opportunity to our colleagues Dragana and Marina, Mladen, to share with us, for example, Marina participated in implementation of interesting concept of corporate culture within the chamber, and Dragana is in charge of also in development of quality infrastructure and implementation of process of digital transformation. Can you share briefly with us, first Marina, I would like to ask you to share more information about these activities. Sorry for interrupting, Mr. Mirsad.
Don't worry, it's okay.
So what we've started now already a year and a half ago was related to organizational culture. I wouldn't call it corporate now, but it's an organizational culture. Each organization has a culture, whether we are aware of it or not. And it's something that needs to be worked on if we want to have satisfied clients at the end of the day. And we've set a goal for ourselves to have a satisfied membership. And based on that, we wanted to be clear on who we are, and we wanted to bring together employees around that. So it's clear why do we exist, and it's clear what are the roles and the activities that we need to work on. But it wasn't completely clear. It wasn't united on who we are, how should we act, what are our main values that drive us, and what's the picture that we want the general public to have about each and every employee of the Croatian Chamber. So we started off with setting our organizational values, which is now our base to build on other internal processes related to HR, but not only to the HR. What I found to be a great achievement was that over 70% of our employees participating in this first step. We have a couple of more milestones to go in order to make this change, but our ultimate goal with this change management is to make this change visible to the outside of the organization and to our members, in order for them from one side to see that we are united and that we are going all in the same direction, not each department, sector, or branch of business in their own, and also to be clear on what is our role and what are the services that they can expect from us. Like you mentioned, there is a big gap of understanding on what is it that we can offer and what is it really that we do for the business and what the business actually uses. Like Dragana mentioned, in small and medium enterprises, you also don't have an HR responsible. You usually have one person that deals with legal, HR, and general affairs. And then this part of managing people and making sure that people know what they can use from us and that they can actually even have the time to get involved with our activities is really, really low. So it's something that big companies have good covered, but small and medium, unfortunately, still not.
Thank you very much, Marina. And 3 minutes for Dragana. Thank you.
I will try. I just want to say it's really short time to present what the chambers are doing, but nevertheless,
they will give
shortly,
us another opportunity, I'm sure.
Yeah, they have to, or we can organize something. Yes, the chamber, talking about digital transformation in the economy, we have established the Center for Digital Transformation in the Economy, and with the great support of GIZ of Bosnia and Herzegovina and CDT from the Chamber of Commerce of Serbia, we managed to create, to involve 10 pilot companies in the project, and we offered them consultant services that were related to creation of expert analysis, 10 digital strategies, and we finished that so far. In next few months, we are going to offer them additional support for these 10 companies to implement projects, or one project from digital strategy, actually to finish that circle, and so we could have 10 companies that went through digital transformation in their own organization or in their own companies. And for the next year, we have also ongoing project that would include 10 companies, another 10 companies. But what is the main goal of the CDT of our chamber is to become systematic and standardized service for digital transformation in the economy of Republic of Srpska.
Yes.
I would like to say a lot more, but I can't take any more time. Thank you very much. And I have to say that I would like to communicate with other colleagues to hear their experience, since we are at the beginning. So we will be in touch.
Thank you. I also wanted to ask Mladen for experiences in international projects, but it seems that we don't have time. Milice?
Unfortunately, no. I see that you're quite a chattery group, and I really liked what I heard. You have so many common things to share and insights, and I would really like to see you all together in some of the future panels that we might organize. And for our audience, if you have any additional questions for our panelists at the HR Expo Zone, each of the chambers has their own virtual booth, which you can visit to get more info about what they're doing and potential and becoming a potential member of each one of them. Thank you all. I would like to thank all of you for joining us today at HR Week, and I really hope that you would enjoy the rest of the program.
Of course. Thank you. Thank you very much. Bye. Thank you, my dear colleagues. Thank you.